Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you don't already know me, my name is Epic T, and today we're going to be going over some tips and tricks, that I have experienced and learned from the time being of me playing Phantom Forces. So, I hope these can help you in every way, and you are going to want to watch the end, because all of these are pretty interesting. Also, something to note is that there are going to be 3 different categories of tips. First category is going to be guns, second category is going to be movement and /sound, and third category is going to be maps. In each of these categories, there are about 3 to 4 different tips, so make sure you watch to the end because they're all very interesting. Okay, so for category number 1, it's going to be guns. In category number 1, guns is going to be, the best gun to use. The best gun to use definitely is something that you're going to have to figure out kind of on your own. No video is really going to tell you which one is best to use. And if I'm being completely honest, I don't really think it's the guns. I think it's the user behind the guns. I think even a level 1 gun that you use and you master, you know the ins and outs of this gun, you know everything about it, you got all the attachments, you know the best things, you have the best things on this gun, and you'll still be a good player. And I know I've been guilty of, if I get that gun, I'll be better at Phantom Forces, if I get that gun, I'll get so many kills, I'll get leveled up. But, sometimes all you need is just to stick to one gun. Second one in the category of guns is going to be attachments. Attachments is a very big deal when picking your gun. There are a lot of scopes out there that are not good and will ruin your gun. And there's always, you always want to look at the hip accuracy, all those damage, and what, suppressors can do. If you learn all these stuff, and you get the right attachments, you'll do good in whatever gun you pick. Number 3 in category of guns is going to be when you're out of ammo in your first primary gun, it's always good to switch to your secondary. It's going to be faster, a lot faster than reloading, and if you're in a gunfight, it's the best bet to go. Either your secondary or your melee. Those two are your best bets when you run out of ammo in your primary, especially if you're using a gun that's like the KS2M. I can't remember, but there's a shotgun out there that has only like 2 ammo. And, if you're in a gunfight, you're probably really going to need to switch to your secondary, probably your best bet. Okay, moving on to category number 2 is going to be movement. If there's anything you're going to take from this video, it should be movement, because movement is the biggest part in all of Phantom Forces. That thing, top priority. If you understand movement, you are an amazing player. See, movement is your best bet when getting in gunfights. You move around a lot, especially when you're walking, because you never know when a sniper might be on you, and it would just always be good to do, moving left to right, dolphin diving. And dolphin diving, that actually brings us on to tip number 2 on movement and sound, which is going to be dolphin diving. Dolphin diving is dolphin diving, crouching, sliding. Those are all, good things to use when using movement. Dolphin diving, great thing, you can get to higher places, and you could get away from enemies. Enemies don't usually expect it when you are in a gunfight. They don't expect a lot of movement. That's why a lot of people die. So, when you use movement to your advantage, you have like I said, you want to use that to your advantage, because it's the best way to go. Okay, number 2 on movement is going to be, number 3, is going to be sounds. Sounds and radar, which is going to be the next one soon here. But sounds is a huge part when finding enemies. Sounds do play a big role in moving around in Phantom Forces and, being aware of your area. So, you want to turn up your volume for that extra bit of sound that you're probably going to need to know if an enemy is behind you or in front of you. Which also brings us on to the next one, which is going to be radar. So radar is a big part in movement and sound because, it shows you exactly where the enemies are. Even with the suppressor, usually you can find the enemies. And the little bar at the side that says spotted by enemy or hiding from enemy or on radar, those are also big things you want to look at. So, the radar and that thing where it says spotted by enemy. Also, great thing, because you'll know if, there's no gunshots around you, there's probably a sniper on you, or something like that. Okay, so for the last category or group, it's going to be maps. So, when you're looking at maps, usually it's always a great, you're going to want to know what map you're doing, so you know that, you can match your gun with the maps. Big part, you're obviously not going to want to really do much of an automatic if you're doing like a map on Mirage, but you know, it's something different when you're on a map like Ravid. You know, that's a good gun for SMGs, automatics, stuff like that. But you know, Mirage is more for, you know, recon and snipers and whatnot. Okay, number 2 on the group of maps is going to be get the higher ground. Everybody knows this one, you know. In anything fighting, you know, you're gonna want to get the higher ground. You just have the best bet. So you know what? So anytime you have the chance to get to the higher ground, you are gonna have the best way of doing it. I mean, a lot of Phantom Forces players know that you need to get to the high ground. If that means a building or dolphin dive into even just the smallest crate, you know, it matters so much, and it takes part in role a lot, and it helps in your gaming experience. So the last but not least, you know, it's gonna be grenades. Grenades are a very good thing. You know, I've gotten like multi-kills from grenades, so yeah, they can really help you in a lot of situations. You know, if you're in a sticky situation with I don't know, King of the Hill, you know, that's always a great thing to use grenades in, a great place to use grenades in. And you know, you wanna use grenades also to your advantage. You know, if you have the higher ground, you can also hold them. If you don't know this, you could hold them for about like 3 seconds, and that would hold off the fuse. So when you do throw them down, it'll be like immediate blow up. So yeah, that's something you might not know, and now you know. Guys, that will be the end of the list. If you guys do want to see and check out more Phantom Forces videos like these, make sure to hit the playlist on your screen. And also, if you enjoy Phantom Forces content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because it does really help out my channel. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. As always, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.